What if I told you one man made the biggest financial trade in history by pretending to lose everything? In 1815, Nathan Rothschild knew Napoleon had lost at Waterloo, a full day before the British government did. But instead of celebrating, he walked into the stock exchange looking panicked and started selling everything. Why? What came next wasn't just smart. It was a masterclass in deception. In the next 10 minutes, I'll break down how one hidden network helped him pull it off and show you how to use the same 3-step system to gain your own unfair advantage in today's markets. You clicked because you want to know how a secret banker built a fortune using speed, timing, and smart moves. That story starts in a ghetto in Frankfurt, Germany. Most people think the Rothschilds were just born rich bankers, that they had connections the rest of us could never get. But the truth? They built their wealth through speed, through information, through systems. They hacked the game using birds, boats, and brains, not privilege. In this video, I'll show you the 3-step blueprint they used and how you can use it today, even if you're starting from zero. No insider access needed, just systems, psychology, and time. If you're someone who doesn't just watch history, but studies it to reverse engineer wealth, then this channel is your strategic advantage. Welcome to the Wealth Project, where ambition meets opportunity and your journey to wealth and luxury living truly begins. Here, we deconstruct the playbooks of the world's most successful, so you can transform your future. If you're ready to elevate your life, subscribe, follow, and ring the bell, so you never miss a masterclass. Welcome to the exclusive club, where you don't just watch, you learn to win. Your next lesson starts now. The information advantage. Each son in the Rothschild family created his own intelligence network. They used every available technology: career pigeons, relay horses, the fastest ships. This decentralized web of knowledge gave them unprecedented speed. Having Europe's best information network was impressive, but what made Nathan Rothschild legendary wasn't just knowing things first, it was what he did with that information on one fateful day that would prove intelligence could move mountains of money. The ultimate stakes. By 1815, Europe had been at war for over a decade. Napoleon had conquered most of the continent, and the world's fate hung on one battle: Waterloo. The outcome wouldn't just determine who ruled Europe. It would determine the value of every government bond, currency, and investment across the continent. If Napoleon won, British bonds became worthless. If Wellington won, those bonds would skyrocket. Fortunes would be made or lost on a single day's fighting. Nathan had been financing Britain's war effort, moving gold across enemy lines. He had more at stake than any private citizen. The battle was fought June 18th, 1815. By evening, Napoleon was defeated. But while official news wouldn't reach London for 2 days, Nathan would know in 24 hours. What he did next became legend. The Waterloo Deception. Nathan positioned Agent Rothworth near the battlefield. When Napoleon's defeat was certain, Rothworth raced to the coast, crossed the stormy English Channel, and reached London on June 20th, 36 hours before the government messenger. Here's Nathan's genius. He didn't just buy British bonds. That was too obvious. Instead, he went to the London Stock Exchange and shocked everyone by selling his bonds, looking dejected and worried. The logic was devastating. Everyone knew Nathan had Europe's best information network. If he was selling, Wellington must have lost. Panic spread. Everyone dumped British bonds. Prices crashed from 56 to below 50. But here's the brilliant part. While Nathan publicly sold small amounts to create panic, his secret agents simultaneously bought every bond available at fire sale prices. When official news arrived that Wellington won, bonds didn't just recover, they soared past 58, 59, and kept climbing. The profits were staggering. But this wasn't just a one-time windfall. This revealed the exact system that made them the most powerful financial family in history. Your 3-step system. Step 1. Build your information advantage. The Rothschilds built systems for better, faster information. Today, follow industry insiders before they're famous, read SEC filings before media covers them, join professional communities where practitioners share insights, set up alerts for your investment sectors. You don't need pigeons. You need better system than competitors. Step 2. Master market psychology. Nathan didn't just buy low. He created the low by understanding crowd psychology. Today, recognize when fear or greed drives markets. Remember, markets are driven by emotions first, fundamentals second. Position opposite to crowds when you have better information. Use tools to profit from volatility, not just direction. Step 3. Think decades, not days. Waterloo wasn't about quick profits. It gave Rothschilds capital to become government bankers and railroad financiers. Their capital grew from £500,000 in 1815 to $2.1 million by 1818, 420% in 3 years. By 1828, £3.6 million. To better understand, £500,000 in 1815 is roughly the equivalent of £40 million today. £2.1 million in 1818 is roughly the equivalent of £160 million today. And £3.6 million in 1828 is roughly the equivalent of £300 million. For you, use profits to buy profit-generating assets. Build systems and businesses, not just trades. Think about 10 to 20-year wealth building. Create multiple income streams from core expertise. The Rothschilds understood something most miss today. Information isn't just power, it's wealth's raw material, but only with systems to gather it, psychology to act on it, and vision to compound it. Now here's where the mirror turns to you. What system are you building to stay ahead of the crowd? Drop a comment below. What's your edge? Are you using faster information, better timing, or long-term thinking to win? Let's turn your story into strategy. Here's the shocking truth I promised. The Rothschild fortune wasn't built on that single trade. It was built on the mindset that trade revealed. Nathan didn't get lucky once. He spent decades building systems for consistent information advantages. He understood markets are driven by emotions, not just facts. He thought generationally, not quarterly. Conservative estimates put Waterloo profits at $500,000 to £1.1 million, hundreds of millions today. But the real secret was using that foundation to build an empire lasting centuries. Today's world is full of information arbitrage opportunities. Crypto markets reacting to news, stocks moving on earnings, real estate shifting with rates. The question isn't whether opportunities exist, it's whether you're building systems to find them and discipline to act. You don't need a private intelligence network to think like a Rothschild. You don't need carrier pigeons for information advantage. You don't need to manipulate markets to profit from better information. You need their mindset. Information is ultimate currency. Markets are driven by psychology, and true wealth comes from systems that compound over decades. The Rothschilds turned battlefield intelligence into a financial empire lasting centuries. What will you do with today's information advantages? Here's the truth. The Rothschilds didn't win because of one smart trade. They won because they built a machine, one that turned information into money again and again. You don't need pigeons. You don't need secret agents. You need their mindset. Information is wealth. Psychology drives markets, and real money comes from thinking in decades, not days. But here's something most people don't know. The Rothschilds weren't alone. There are hidden stories of other families, other rebels, other underdogs who discovered secret codes to building wealth, and most people have never heard of them. Want to learn those secrets? The next video unlocks another blueprint, another figure who cracked the code to wealth using bold psychology and smarter systems. Luxury, freedom, and success are closer than you think. Don't just watch, take your next step. Choose our latest insights or a curated favorite, both waiting for you on your screen. This is the Wealth Project, deconstructing wealth, transforming your future. Subscribe, get the rulebook, and remember, you're now part of the exclusive club, Playing to Win.